I've done this, you've done this, and you know, you're looking at a lot of documents that don't make a lot of sense. You're looking at a lot of document requests that don't make sense. Although I assume with the document request you can use that summary. That probably carries forward,
exactly
right?
right.
So that's
the
gonna be
summary.
helpful. But you're still looking at a lot of documents, and there's names you don't recognize. There's terminology you don't recognize. There's events that in isolation you just don't know if it's important or not.
Yes.
How do you deal with that? How do you make that easier?
Well, again, the most important thing is to take time before the review starts. Most reviews need to be conducted on a very fast pace. There's a lot of material to get to. And you usually assemble a team who doesn't have any prior knowledge or familiarity with this particular litigation. And so what you need to do from a management perspective is to sit down and create materials in advance. You'll create a substantive guide to what's involved in the litigation, letting them basically letting them know what the facts are, what the legal issues are. That's central to any proper review. In addition to that, you need to have a list of names. The list of names can be generated from that very early interview list that was created when you came on site. That list will evolve over time. It'll include lawyers' names and business people's names. Lawyers will be identified in a particular manner so that it's self-evident, maybe a asterisk after the name or in bold on the list, so that you know that those are attorneys, and you know that you need to be aware of privilege issues when you're looking at documents with those names on it. You'll have the names list. You'll have a list of terminology or acronyms that are commonly used in the documents that you're looking at, so that, again, you can have context to what you're looking at. The whole idea is that the review will occur as efficiently and effectively as it can.
Now, you know, same question. Do these kind of materials lend themselves to a standardization, such that if I was the client and I want to make sure you're prepared for document review, even though you're not coming on site now, but would it make sense for, say, listen, send me those materials because I want to see that you're prepared? It
absolutely does. And again, a lot of these materials will be based on the early materials that are created at the collection stage. The document request summary can be used as a guide to create the coding guidelines. Coding is what is used, most people are aware, when a document review is occurring on a database. There are coding fields that will be checked off to record what a particular document involves. In most instances, the categories of the coding will remain in place. There's the document type, there's a field for a date, there's a field for an author, there's a field for a title, there's a field for significance. Is this something that we want to look at down the line? There's a field for confidentiality legends. And if you do use template forms to create these things, it's a great guide to show you what you need to be thinking about. Every case needs to be looked at on its own facts and merits, and you need to revise coding and customize it to the extent it needs to be. But these templates that we have created really set out a full list of everything that generally should be considered.
Yeah, I would think as a client, to the degree the list is tailored to take into account specific issues and names, by that stage, I'm probably already familiar with what those issues are, in the sense of how they've been broken down. So that should be a good guide as to whether outside counsel is prepared, right?
Exactly, and I think that it's another early opportunity to discuss, are we on the same page? Are we thinking about the same issues? Are we highlighting the same things?